Sawyer, and I'm here today with Carrie McLeod, aka the Blondie. And we are here today to talk to Blondie about what it was, what it is, and what the future holds. Blondie, thank you so much for meeting with me.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
I appreciate it. I know this has been kind of a struggle, busy schedules. I think we've
Yes.
redone this three times to meet, and we are finally here, and I'm excited. So let's get to it.
Yes.
Blondie, tell everybody about you.
Well, I am 45 years old. I'm a barber, and I had a about a 20-year drug addiction that led me to prison. And but now I've been in recovery for 6 years and going strong.
Oh, I'm so proud of you. 6 years of recovery. That's nothing to take lightheartedly at all.
Right.
So we want to get back to kind of the reasons we ever met, which was be prison. So tell me about that. Tell me what happened to land you in prison.
Okay, so like I said before, I had a very severe drug addiction, which landed me in prison. And I had went from different units, and I wanted to better myself by going into different programs and whatever I could to improve who I am as a person and grow and learn from my mistakes. So when I got to the Lockhart facility, I was right next to the Paws in Prison program, and I saw pizza over there. So I was like, that's where I want to be to do my time. And then I saw the dogs, of course. So I was like, what better way to do my time, play with dogs and eat pizza? So anyway, I applied to get into the program, and I was accepted. And granted, it was during COVID, so it was a little rough. But yeah, that's how it all started.
I can only imagine. Well, I can't imagine since I was right beside you. Distance learning, distance dog handling,
Yeah,
which we pulled off during COVID.
yeah.
All right, so now you're there. You're in the program. What
So
happens with you in the program? What motivates you? And let's hear it.
so I was in the program, when I first got in there, and I'm going through the interview process and kind of going through all the rules and stuff, and I was like, wow, what did I sign up for? There was a lot of rules, a lot of responsibility, and I thought, oh wow. But so I was I signed up, I was into it, and then I wasn't, and I was kind of like, this is stupid. I was just still a bit rebellious, if you will, and I didn't want to comply and all this stuff. But then one day I was outside, working with Micah and one of the dogs, and it just like snapped. I was just like, wow, this is really cool. And that started my journey of really becoming responsible, taking care of taking care of not only myself, but another living being, if you will. I had to learn to put my ego aside, which was very, very difficult. Getting along with people in the dorm, and like coexisting with somebody in a two-man cell was very challenging. And then you add a dog to it, was it helps you in so many ways to grow as a person. And at that point you're like, am I the teacher, or is the dog the teacher? So it was all the fundamental skills that I learned in the program help me out even today outside of prison. And it also motivates me to go back into the prison and volunteer, because I can teach the girls, hey, if I could do it, you can too. I was the resistant, I was rebellious, and coming out of there and having the desire to go back in is just, I get more out of it than those girls ever will. When I go to see them, I get more out of it than they probably do. So,
I think it goes both ways. So let's tell the people that are watching right now that are viewing your testimony what you mean by going back in. What all did you have to do to
I
be a
had
volunteer?
to do an application process so to be a volunteer. I completed my parole, of course, and then once I, paid my dues to the state, if you will, I applied to TDCJ to be a volunteer through Paws in Prison. And there was a little bit of a waiting period, but it got approved, and so I get to go back in and work with the girls, train dogs. be there for special events, different, whatever is needed, I'm there. I also get to be a part of the program in respect to doing home visits in my area, in the Austin area. If somebody wants to adopt, I get to go and approve the house and make sure everything's sound for the dogs. And yeah,
So I just, it tickles me pink, and you're one of my best friends, and so, but that to be so rebellious in the program, and then now to be so involved in the program. I mean, now you're the one helping bring the pizza in to the girls that are
yes,
next dorm that might want to see the pizza and maybe want to play with the dogs, right? It's always
yeah.
an incentive, and it's a full circle program. And we know that, but the people that are out there wondering what Paws in Prison is, or the people that live in Lockhart and don't even know what they have in their town, what would you say to them about Paws in Prison program?
I think it's an extremely important program to keep alive. Not only are you rehabilitating the human, you're also rehabilitating the dog, and doing it together. It's just a very emotional and life-changing experience that you can't, you almost can't put into words because it has such a huge impact, not only on the community but also just like full circle, like you said, inside the walls, outside, in the community, just everybody coming together, regardless of mistakes you've made or where the dog came from, or all that set aside, you can just focus on rehabilitation and caring for something other than yourself. I think that's the biggest thing, is being selfless in all of this.
I think you pretty much said it. Rehabilitation is key. It's key to people staying out. It's key to people reintegrating into society and being successful.
Mhm.
So I have a question. Do you think without the Pause in Prison program that you would be where you are today?
I honestly don't know, but I do know that the program changed my life so drastically that um I never would have thought I would be going back into a prison to volunteer. I never thought I would have the skill set to train dogs or get along with other people. So I don't know where I would be if it wasn't for the program, but I do know that I'm where I am because of the program.
Oh, I
And
like
that's
the way you
being a
said it.
successful person in general and living the right way, and hopefully starting my own business in X amount of time. All these things are are based out of that program. And
Right.
rest assured, all these skills I have now, life skills, came from that program for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think some people just think, oh, they're just in there training dogs, but it's so much more. It's training
Absolutely.
yourself. It's time management. It's which I'm still not that good at, by the way. It's learning to be a productive person no matter what, whether you're going to be a dog trainer, you're going to be a barber, or you're just going to be just a decent human being that's going to do the right thing at all times. It goes key and key. Well, Blondie, I appreciate you meeting with me today. Is there anything that you would leave with the people that are watching?
Um, just support Paws in Prison, support the Beyond the Bark and Paws in Prison's collaboration so that we can get more people involved, and just reach out to as many people as we can to really show the world and smaller communities, bigger communities, that this really does work and we can reduce the recidivism rate and get people on the right track.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, it's great seeing you. I hope to
Yeah,
see you
good to see
soon
you
at the
too.
prison, and we'll talk to you later,
All
okay?
right, bye.
Bye.